beyond the shores of Africa. The market cuts across 3 local government areas: the Aba North, Aba South, and Osisioma. Ariaria International Market, with an annual turnover of over $3 billion as recorded in 2018, is a reseller's market where you can buy wholesale cheaply and even have your desired products designed and produced to your own exact specifications. There are a variety of businesses across the market, which includes sales of fabrics, shoemaking and sales, pharmaceutical supplies, hair salon materials, salons, general household goods, and so many others. The Ariaria market has a total of 37,000 shops.
VOP TV. Now you have more than a voice.
This is Health Check, your weekly guide to better living, smarter choices, and trusted answers. From everyday wellness to urgent health issues, we've got you covered. Health Check, only on Voice of the People television, where your health has a voice.
Behind every broken desk lies a broken promise. Education shapes the nations. But who is asking the right questions? Introducing Edu Dialogue, the show that goes beyond the surface, exposes the cracks, the corruption, and the silence in Nigeria's education system. Edu Dialogue, Saturdays, 3 p.m., only on VOP TV. We break the biggest stories, from missing funds to policy failures. We ask the tough questions and demand real answers. Edu Dialogue, this Saturday, 3 p.m. on Voice of the People television.
VOP TV. Now you have more than a voice.
We go to bed empty hunger.
To the blaring horns of a hustling city, the loudest voices of the common man got a medium to be heard.
This particular administration, they were coming unprepared.
It's not a bad thing to renovate the president's lawn.
Through top-notch programming, unbiased reportage of news, sports, business, entertainment, and cultural documentaries, Voice of the People 90.3 FM became a symbol for 21st century media. And now, a new baby is born. Voice of the People Television, VOP TV, youthful, full of vigor and penchant for excellence in the continent's media space, exposing the wrongs, applauding the rights, dissecting the news without fear or favor, through factual and accurate stories and contents.
Corruption kills 3 things that makes a society.
Representing the interests of the people and giving them a voice. Voice of the People TV is here to stay towards building a fair society. VOP TV, Voice of the People Television, truly a voice for the people.
Voice of the People, you can hear me now. My name is Patrick Doyle, and I wish that you continue to echo the voices of the people. Big up VOP TV.
My name is Suibifa Dokubo. Please keep watching VOP TV.
Hi, my name is Kwekumali Ikena Onyekwena, and I am with the Voice of the People TV. Now, if you're looking for the veritable channel for information, politics, robust discussions, you don't need to go far. VOP has you. VOP will always have you. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Patrick Diabwa, aka Ibani Chuka, Amayanabo the Eagle King, and you are watching VOP TV. Stay with us.
2564 is coming up on burning 9, right? 2564 line.
What happens in the hush behind hangar doors? Who signs the papers that gamble with lives? Which truths were grounded before they even ever had wings? If you've ever buckled a seatbelt at 30,000 feet, if you've ever stared out of that tiny window and wondered who's really in control of the skies, it isn't just flight, it's power, it's politics, it's pressure sealed in steel. We're peeling back the clouds from runway risks to sky-high secrets. We're diving deep where most dare not to look. Aviation Scope, every Sunday at 7 p.m. only on Voice of the People TV. We don't just report, we reveal. We don't just ask, we uncover. Because when it comes to the skies, ignorance is turbulence. Aviation Scope, the sky isn't the limit, it's just the beginning.
Good evening, Africa. My name is Bamakore, actor, model, producer, and I'm giving a big shout out to VOP TV, man. Keep watching. Don't change the dial. Thank you and God bless you.
My name is AY, and of course, I represent the voice of the people, and that's why I'm on VOP. AY say so.
Hi everyone, it's your girl Miriam Tima from the Real Housewives of Lagos and the Real Housewives Ultimate Girl Strip Africa. Shout out to VOP, the voice of the people. You already know. Stay tuned, keep watching. And don't forget, VOP is the best.
All right, hello, all right, it's about that shaking the man fine back with Melanie Poppy Black Skin Boy. This is VOP TV. If you're not watching VOP, I don't know why you're watching. Maybe you're watching your weights.
Hello, beautiful people. This is Wale Ojo, and you're watching VOP, Voice of the People.
Hi, guys. You already know who it is. This is New Energy. Flyers boy ever living. Keep watching VOP TV. Thank you.
Hi, people. Jenny Albano here. Guys, please keep watching Voice of the People.
In a world where power shapes with every headline.
In a nation full of questions.
In a world filled with noise, the truth needs a voice.
The policies that shapes our world and the economy that determines our future.
Every hour, every day, the grapevine keeps buzzing. And together, we are committed to telling the stories that shape our world because your voice is our focus.
Don't forget, our voice matters the most. Let us come together and share our concerns.
I'm Mr. Familoni, and here's to VOP TV. Keep watching, stay tuned, do not touch that dial.
Arara, my name is Made Kuti, and you're watching VOP TV. Keep watching.
Welcome, my name is Zika Davis. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, boys, viewers, everybody, boys and girls. This is VOP TV. Do you know what that means? Voice of the People TV. You don't have a voice, don't come here. You better make sure your voice is heard.
Are you ready for the extraordinary? Something big is happening on your screen. Introducing VOP TV. Now streaming on SLTV channel 264. From breaking news to captivating conversations, news analysis, giving you all sides to the story. We break in-depth discussions on the issues that matter, from politics to sports, entertainment, and lifestyle. VOP TV on SLTV channel 264. Join us as we redefine what television means to you. Voice of the People Television, VOP TV. Now you have more than a voice.
In a world where truth is the ultimate power and opinions scream the loudest, it's time to wade through the noise.
Hunger no get tribe! Hunger no get religion!
And scan the human interest and trending topics that matter. Stay tuned to The Issues, your plug to the stories making the buzz, from politics to science and technology, social justice, and more. Let's tackle the tough questions and expose the truth. The Issues on Voice of the People Television, Don't just react, understand. Do you want your voice to be heard? Do you know that you matter in the scheme of things? The People's Voice, the show where ordinary citizens take center stage as we discuss the biggest stories that affect you and I. With you in mind, we facilitate lively discussions, debates, and interviews on the topics that matter most to you and I, from social justice to economic empowerment, education to healthcare, governance, and more, tackling tough topics and amplifying your voice. Join the conversation and make your voice count. The People's Voice. Make your voice count. Awards, the razzmatazz, music, fashion, interviews, and more. Spotlight on Voice of the People Television. Let's feed you with all the juicy stories in the global entertainment space, bringing you the glitz and glamour as they hot. Stay tuned to Spotlight, 1 p.m. Monday to Friday. Spotlight on VOP TV. Entertainment like never before.
In a world where power shifts with every headlines, news breaks and events happens, we bring you unbiased and explicit information on politics, economy, and state of the nation. We break down the chaos. Facts, not fluff. Truth, not spin. We discuss not just politics, but a glimpse into the future. Voice of the People Television. Now you have more than a voice.
Africa is on the move, a continent of rising voices, untold stories, and powerful transformations. From the streets of Lagos to the heart of Nairobi.
Welcome, guys. The show is Hashtags right here on VOP TV. My name is Vivian Oguche, and it's a pleasure to have you join us. This is where we're going to tell you all things trending and all things topical, and lots of things on our plate today, I can tell you that. So without further ado, let's get the show on the road. Very first hashtag for today is hashtag El-Rufai. So the former FCT minister, a former Kaduna State governor, a former ally of President Tinubu, currently ADC chieftain, is trending for a couple of reasons, right? First, today, he actually honored an invitation by the anti-graft agency, EFCC, and he stormed the EFCC office with lots of his supporters, you know, kind of protecting him and all. But at some point, we heard, according to the International Center for Investigative Reporting, that his supporters were tear-gassed. We have a report to that effect. But hey, before that, chief among the reason why he's also trending is the fact that he has accused the Office of the National Security Advisor of Nigeria of importing poisonous substance. He wants to know, why did you, as the chief security officer, import poison from Poland? He wants to know. So he wrote a letter to the Office of the National Security Advisor. He put up the post on X, and it has gathered over 1 million views. It's nearing the 2 million mark as I speak to you right now. So the Office of the National Security Advisor replied, yes, they said, look, we are not guilty. We don't understand what you're saying. So that is trending, as well as the other reason I told you. So I'm going to go to X now. So you see the very first post, and then we have a number of videos, to buttress the point. It is hashtag El-Rufai. Let's take a look at the first post. So this is Nasir Ahmed El-Rufai. He put up this post himself to say, as part of my duty as a citizen, I wrote to the NSA to seek clarification on reports about the importation by his office of thallium sulfate, a very dangerous toxin. It's a matter of concern if anyone brings in any poison, more so an odorless, colorless one. The next post. So this is the Vanguard, and saying the Office of the National Security Advisor denies alleged procurement of toxic chemicals from Poland. So credit goes to Vanguard for this storytelling you're about to see now. Let's take a look at the next page. So the Office of the National Security Advisor, or NSA, has denied claims that it recently procured the highly toxic substance thallium sulfate from Poland, describing the allegations as false. The next page. The denial follows a disclosure on X by former Kaduna State Governor Nasir Ahmed El-Rufai, who claimed that information available to opposition political leaders suggested the Office of the National Security Advisor imported about 10 kilograms of the chemical. Well, the question now is, how did they know? How did they get this information? Let's take a look at the next page. So El-Rufai said he had formally written to the National Security Advisor, Ribadu, seeking clarification on the alleged transaction. In his letter, he described thallium compounds as extremely hazardous, odorless, and colorless, and raised concerns about public safety and transparency. He requested details on the purpose of the chemical, intended end user, supplier, authorization, quantity, concentration, storage arrangements, and the involvement of regulatory agencies such as the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, and the Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC. A senior ONSA official, when contacted for comments, said the allegations are false, dismissing any claims that the agency had procured a dangerous substance. The ONSA, in the meantime, has directed the former FCT Minister Nasir El-Rufai to the DSS, and they're saying, hey, take the evidence to the DSS, and that the DSS will carry out the investigation. I told you earlier on that El-Rufai is trending for another reason. So he was invited by the EFCC towards the end of December last year, and he wrote to them that he was going to, come to their office today, which is Monday. He fulfilled that promise, and he's under investigation for a number of reasons, right? This is not even the one that really happened today. Talking about his visit to the EFCC, today we heard that the federal government has accused El-Rufai of tapping or bugging the phones or communication instruments of the National Security Advisor. Now, you might want to ask, how did he accomplish that feat? But before we get to that, probably not today, let's take a look at what's unfolding between El-Rufai and the EFCC. What do they want him for, is the question we are asking. Now, details are unfolding as to the reason why he's been invited. In the meantime, his protesters really saw him off to the EFCC office, and we have videos of them, as you can see. Take a look. So the first video you saw, it's not the first video actually. That is another protest by a counter group saying that El-Rufai cannot hide behind politics, that he must answer to the law. Now, the one you're going to see, a couple of them, is the one I told you about, his protesters protecting him and protesting his, arrest. And then you will see another counter protesters by Nigerians who say, look, nobody's above the law. So let's do it one after the other, right? Of course, I told you credit goes to the International Center for Investigative Reporting. Take a look.
Imagine. Imagine. We will come back. We will come back. We will. We will come back. We will come back. When you clear, you will come back. We will come back. When it clears, we will come back. Mad people.
So those are the supporters of Nasir El-Rufai as he visited the EFCC office. There is also a video of another supporter, a lone woman who was really shouting and airing her pains. We'll take a listen to her before we take a look at the counter-protest by another group of people or Nigerians who are saying, look, El-Rufai must answer. If he has questions to answer, he must answer. So let's take a listen to one of the ladies who actually is staunchly supporting El-Rufai.
Only for us to come and see some people that they are not even up to one local government are insulting El-Rufai and humiliating El-Rufai for nothing. They allow them to come close to EFCC and start so that they can insult El-Rufai. Why we, that we are the people of El-Rufai, they stop our people from the junction? This is not justice. This is not justice. We should fear God. It's not all about money. It's not all about politics. It's not all about power. It's not all about justice. This is not justice. Because El-Rufai is a leader and he's a good person. If he's not doing with APC today, it not means that El-Rufai is a bad person. He battled everybody, every citizen, every Nigerian knows that El-Rufai battled for this region with APC. So people should fear God. It's not power that you fear, it's God that you fear. What goes around comes around. Vice versa, that is life.
So did you hear her say at some point that the authorities allowed a group that wasn't up to a local government area to come closer to the EFCC because that was the counter group? I mean, the group that was saying El-Rufai must answer. But their group, which she said was much more larger than this other group that was allowed entrance to the EFCC compound, wasn't allowed access because, according to her, it was politically motivated. So let's take a look at the counter group. You'll see them with placards, saying El-Rufai must answer to the law, and then them singing songs that would resemble that of the supporters club, that we heard in Morocco. Take a listen, guys. So that's how it's going down. That's how it went down earlier on. So apparently this thing is not over yet. People are calling it toxic quarrel, toxic words, war of words, and it's happening according to some netizens between brothers. What does this mean? Is this what 2027 is going to look like? Are the questions netizens are asking. But it's unfolding. This is a drama that's unfolding. And of course, as it unfolds, we'll keep you posted. Another protest that happened today in Abuja. Did I tell you that happened in Abuja? Yeah, it happened in Abuja. Another protest that went down in Abuja today was the Votes Must Count protest. So netizens, electors are at it again, and they are saying that, look, we are not going to let up on our demand that the results must be electronically transmitted come 2027. They do not want the manual backup. They are saying, pass this bill and make it a law. So I have a post and a video to that effect. It is hashtag our votes must count. Let's take a look at it. So these are the responses to that particular video that I'm going to be showing you in a little while. So we are going to bring it back for you in a short while. Take a look at the video.
I want to say, I want to yarn, I want to yi magana, I want to talk. Are you ready? Are you tired? Are we lazy? Are we criminals? What do we want? Our vote must. Our vote must. Our vote must. You are the real distinguished Nigerians. These are the real honorables. Greet your neighbor, say distinguished, welcome. Distinguished. Call your neighbor, say distinguished. That's why that they are not behaving like distinguished though. These are the real distinguished Nigerians. So as we blow this whistle, we say electoral malpractice, your time is up. Our vote must. So Nigerians, this is our last final push. Committees they meet to harmonize. As our Oga don't talk from Action Aid, House version they different, Senate version they different. The version where we want, now the one we carry mandatory real-time electronic transmission of Atabio, committee members, Simon Lalong, Bayo Balogun, all of you, may God use you, allow God use you, do the right thing, no rigging, no rigging, no rigging, we no go green, we no go green, our mandate, it must stand, Nigeria must work, pass the bill, so by tomorrow, all of them go come back.
So right now, like you heard, that's Peter Aka, by the way, very popular influencer who has been at it for days now. So they're demanding that as the National Assembly come together to harmonize these, bills, that the one carrying the real-time transmission of results electronically come 2027 is why this particular protest is going down. Because I was wondering, Shebi, they had a protest last week and they wanted e-transmission and the Senate gave them e-transmission. But then again, there was a backup, there was a clause. The Senate had said, or the National Assembly had said that there's going to be e-transmission, it's going to be law, but that if there is any technical glitch, there's a clause or there is a room for backup, manual backup. But it looks like the electorates are not having any of it. It's why this particular protest is going down at the moment. So there are reactions or responses, if you will, netizens responding to this one. Let's take a look at the responses, shall we? Yeah, so thank God Chidima says, peaceful protest is a right, but reforms should be discussed with clarity, facts, and proper engagement, not just emotions. At the end of the day, what Nigerians want is simple transparency, credible elections, and leadership that listens. Now, D-Freak says, you people are doing a nice job, but you can do better by not making the protest ground look like a secondary school reunion. Every seriousness and zeal must be expressly shown by every protester. So many people will want to join, but distance is becoming a barrier. But this could be solved when others who can't be in NAS also assemble themselves in their various states. So it looks like Nigerians are waking up and they want to be part of this awakening process. If you want to follow what that last netizen just said. So we'll keep our fingers crossed on this particular one, like it's our tradition. As events unfold, we'll let you know. So another story that just broke has to do with Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan. There was a fracas today in the National Assembly, around where that protest was holding. And what happened? Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan was excluded from the North Central Committee, and she went ballistic. There's a video, but first, let's take a look at the first post and then the second so you understand exactly what you're about to watch. It is #Natasha, the first post. So Vanguard has it. Vanguard newspaper says, tempers flare as Senator Natasha protests exclusion from North Central Committee. The Punch is giving us the details now. Let's take a look at the next post. So the Punch, credit goes to the Punch for this. The Punch says, the lawmaker representing Kogi Central, Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, has protested what she described as a sustained pattern of marginalization within the Senate, culminating in her alleged exclusion from the Senate Committee on the North Central Development Commission. The controversy comes amid heightened scrutiny of committee appointments and influence in the 10th National Assembly, where committee memberships are widely regarded as critical platforms for legislative input, oversight functions, and constituency representation. Akpoti-Uduaghan's grievance followed her alleged omission from the membership of the Senate Committee and the North Central Development Commission, a body whose mandate directly impacts states within her geopolitical zone. Guys, take a listen to this particular episode. So you would hear the voices, raised voices. It was towards the end of the video now that we saw the senator coming out with her, signature attire and all. I'm wondering, who was the lady that was running Helter Skelter? Probably Senator Natasha's aide. I'm just wondering how it is. Remember, this is a breaking news, so we'll continue to gather reactions to it and do follow-ups to it as the events unfold. We'll move on swiftly to the next hashtag, which is hashtag Governor Kabir. I'm talking about Governor Kabir, Yusuf Kabir of Kano State, who was formally welcomed by the APC today. It was a mammoth crowd in Kano State, and Bashir Al-Hassan, yes, he has that post and that video. So let's take a look at the first post, the video, and then reactions of netizens to this one. I beg your pardon, that is not Bashir Al-Hassan, that would be Bashir Ahmed OON. And he says, historic, welcome to the progressive family, His Excellency Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf of Kano State. He put up this video, take a listen.
Shatima, Your Excellency, the Right Honorable Speaker, Federal House of Representatives, Your Excellency, the President of the Senate, ably represented by the Deputy Senate President, Your Excellency, the Chairman of the Progressive Governors Forum, and the Executive Governor of Imo State, and the leader Shatima, Your Excellency, the Right Honorable.
All right, there you go. You heard them calling the name of the VP. Yeah, Vice President Kashim Shettima is the one representing President Bola Tinubu right now. Why? Because President Bola Tinubu is heading to, he's in Adama State already. He was in Kebbi State some days ago. He's now in Adama. So Vice President Kashim Shettima was the one that came to Kano all the way from Abuja to welcome the APC, now APC governor in the state. He used to be a member of the NNPP, talking about the Kwankwasia movement, but no more. The cookie has crumbled when it comes to that. So netizens are responding to this. Let's see. What do you think about this huge crowd that has gathered to welcome the governor to the Progressives family? According to Bashar, Mr. Bashir, who you just saw. So Gata01 said, Mr. Bashir, APC will not capture Kano. Ariwa Drive says, not a member of APC, but I pray Abba has made the right decision. He is a good and humble man. I don't want him to lose that seat. Ogopita says, all of a sudden, your pious criticism of the man stops. He's talking to Bashir Ahmed now. And then Success 333 says, many young people in the North see you as a role model, yet you are here supporting Tinubu. Everyone knows that most people who support him are doing it for their own interest and their family's benefit. So this is a trajectory, this is a tone, really, of responses to this particular tweet, post, and video. But I also want to bring your attention to something else, right? While in Kano State, the Vice President, Kashim Shettima, decided to visit the very popular and huge Singer Market, which was raised some days ago, billions worth property, yeah? Property worth billions destroyed and all. He visited the market, and of course, monies, huge amounts was donated to the victims of this fire incident. Bashir again put up a post. Let's take a look at the first post. This hashtag Singer Market. So we are sticking with Kano at the moment before we move on to the next one. Hashtag Singer Market. There's a post. Like I told you, Vice President Kashim Shettima visited the state. So Instablog Niger picked this up from Bashir Ahmed, OON, and it says, Vice President Senator Kashim Shettima at the Singer Market in Kano to offer condolences to the victims of the fire outbreak. Put up this video, take a look. That's all. I mean, because of the huge crowd, you couldn't even catch the face of the VP talking about Vice President Kashim Shettima, but he's right there in the middle of it all. So like I told you, the victims have been compensated, and I'm hoping that this compensation goes round and actually gets to those who are due these monies. Now we move on to the next hashtag, which is One Day Governor. This time we are traveling all the way back to Lagos from Kano. So a young lady was the governor of Lagos State for one day. And in a video you're going to be seeing in a short while, we see Governor Sanwo-Olu, the governor of Lagos State, leave his seat humbly and offer it to the young lady who is a student of one of the colleges right here in Lagos. You're going to get the meat of the story now as I take you to a couple of posts. I take you back to X now. We have 2 posts and then a video, hashtag One Day Governor. This is Her Excellency, yeah? So let's take a look at the first post. The Punch newspaper says, student takes over as Lagos One Day Governor. And then the credit for the video you're about to see goes to Reed Wayne. But before we take a look at the video, there's another post. Let's take a look at it. So Aja says, moment Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu yielded his seat to Lagos State One Day Governor, Miss Esther Etiye Mumu, a pupil of Lagos State Senior Model College in Bokuta in Mota, who won the 2025-2026 Spelling Bee competition. It's a tradition here, and I think it's beautiful to watch. Take a look. Your Excellency, Esther, you look very good in that traditional attire. Oh my God. Who knows? In the future, she might, consider becoming a politician. But I'm sure this is one memory she will never forget for the rest of her life. It's beautiful. Congratulations. Being the governor of Lagos State for one day. And I'm also wondering if you left with some bags of, souvenirs and all. But hey, let me not let my imagination run wild here. We'll move on to the next hashtag, which is hashtag Peter Obi. So Peter Obi was in Akwa Ibom over the weekend, and he wanted to do what he does, donate monies to institutions in need. And he was denied and chased out by the government of Akwa Ibom. He said it on video, Peter Obi. He said it was political, that people were mixing up politics with philanthropy. There's a video, you're going to watch it. Chooks has that. But first, there's a post. Let's take a look at the post before we take a look at the video. And I can tell you that there are responses to this particular hashtag. So the first post, Chooks says, people don't know where politics ends. Mr. Peter Obi lamented after he was allegedly denied access to offer support to an institution during his visit yesterday in Akwa Ibom State. Now, there's a video. Take a look.
Help you to do your job. Why wouldn't you embrace them?
Okay.
I'm going to help you to do your job. Why wouldn't you embrace them? But unfortunately, I've gotten toxic that people don't know where politics ends. Everything has become problematic.
There are responses. How are netizens taking this particular piece of information now? Let's see for ourselves, shall we? Hashtag Peter Obi. So Toba Truth says, Peter Obi's selfless effort to donate essential equipment and books to a nursing school in Akwa Ibom, only to be blocked by state authorities, once again proves that his kind of people-focused leadership still threatens those who prefer politics over progress. Nigeria needs this kind of leader with compassion. Nigeria will be great again. More reactions? So this is Chief and Queen. Chief and Queen says, when politics starts deciding who deserves help and who doesn't, governance has lost its purpose. Leadership should protect lives, not protect egos. There's another one. So this is a dissenting voice now. This is Madoti, who says, this man is doing everything just for the camera. What type of support is he trying to give? Why is he denied? Or why was he denied? Where has he been since all this while? Where has he been? Are you kidding me? Well, he goes on to say, these are the questions we should be asking. You can't turn an institute to a campaign ground or materials. But you see, everybody is entitled to their opinion, and this is Matodi's opinion. So we move on now to the next hashtag, which is hashtag Argungu. You do know that it's a huge fishing festival, which is currently happening in Kebbi State. It's ongoing in Kebbi State. In fact, President Tinubu attended the opening ceremony of the Argungu Festival, and the ADC had criticized him that, so you are there attending Argungu when people are dying in Kwara. But hey, that's not the bone of contention right now. So we have an official post. Nee was the one actually that officially shot a short video, and then he took pictures of it. He put up a post and a video. We are going to be taking a look at that in a short while. But first, Al Jazeera also put up a post in this regard, hashtag Argungu. Let's take a look at the first post by Al Jazeera. This is Al Jazeera English, and it says, Nigeria's Argungu fishing contest returns after years of pause and pictures. That's it. It's iconic. Now, but take a look at the post that Nii put up, shall we? So Nii says, Argungu Fishing Festival. This is the Nii Fagbemi. And he says, shot by me. So credit goes to Nii for this video you're about to watch. Take a look, guys. Huge, I can tell you. Did you see the serpentine movement of the stream and how those fishermen, I don't know if there's a fisherwoman in that thing. So let me just say the fishers, right? Because we don't know if there are women participating in that. But did you see them rushing, to fly into that river, that muddy looking river, like they were going for war and all? But see, it's a competition. And the winners come out really hugely compensated or awarded, right? Rewarded for their efforts. And if you take a look at the fish that are caught at this, competition, it is huge, massive. I think it is one of the things or one of the festivals I'd like to attend in the future. It's just to, I'm curious, right? And just to satisfy my curiosity. But hey, It is going down right now. And this particular video that was shot by Nee has gathered almost 2 million views. It's trending right now online. Last but not least for today is North Korea. So guys, tighten your seatbelt. We're traveling all the way to North Korea. So the news is all over that the dictator Kim Jong-un, the North Korean leader, is grooming his 13-year-old daughter. Yes, I'm thinking about it. I'm saying it and I'm picturing her in my mind. But I don't need to picture her in my mind. I have a video. Let's have it roll, right? While I talk to you about this particular, story that's trending right now. There's a video. Let's take a look at it. I'll let it roll while I talk to you. So take a look at it. That is Kim Jong-un with his 13-year-old daughter. She is 13 years old. But take a look. She's already looking like a woman. And the news right now is that she's being groomed to take over from her father. And it looks like they are very, very close. But mind you, she's not the only child of her father. There are lots, okay, no, not lots. There are other children, but this is the only one that is officially televised. She's seen standing by the side of her father and not behind. And that alone sends a message. Because normally, if she's not to be given any position, she'll be standing behind her father. But this time around, she is always walking beside him, always with him when he goes out for events. And like I told you, apparently, they are very, very close. But the gist is, it looks like her aunt is going to be fighting her for this position. If truly her father wants to hand over to her, we hear that the aunt is going to be fighting that particular one. So there is a post and there are reactions to this hashtag North Korea. Let's take a look at the very first post now, shall we? Unfortunately, we are unable to bring you the post, but what we see online basically is netizens are saying, what happens really if the aunt decides to poison her niece? It's one of the comments we saw. Okay, so this is a promise. I'm going to bring the comments to you so that you take a look at it for yourself. Others are saying that, isn't she too young for it? Others are saying that the transmission of power in North Korea has never been smooth. So this might not be an exception. But not just to say too much without presenting an evidence, because evidence today is the big deal. I make a promise to bring you those views on the next edition of the show, hashtags. But that's how that particular one has gone down. And this is what we call it wraps today. I need to say big thanks to everyone who contributed to making the show a success. But the bigger thanks goes to you guys for watching. If you liked it, keep a date again with us, same time, same station, for another edition of Hashtags right here. Until then, I am Vivian Oguche. Thank you for watching.
VOP TV. Now, you have more than a voice.
To know the happenings in the maritime sector, join us on the program Maritime Frontiers on VOP TV as we discuss key areas in the maritime sector, from aquaculture, maritime transportation, maritime labor regulation, oil and gas exploration, ferry and passenger insurance, marine pollution and prevention, port operations, and lots more. Maritime Frontiers, exploring Nigeria's blue economy. Join us as we drive into the world of politics through insightful interviews with prominent political figures, both serving and former governors, ministers, senators, legislators, party chieftains, activists, and analysts. Get first-hand information into the decision-making processes that affect our daily lives highly engaging 1-hour program that brings political discourse into focus.
I am Chukwuma Okoro.
Political Lens, Monday through Friday, 6 to 7 p.m. Join us.
Are you ready for the extraordinary? Something big is happening on your screen. Introducing VOP TV. Now streaming on SLTV channel 264. From breaking news to captivating conversations, news analysis, giving you all sides to the story. We break in-depth discussions on the issues that matter, from politics to sports, entertainment, and lifestyle. VOP TV on SLTV channel 264. Join us as we redefine what television means to you. Voice of the People Television, VOP TV. Now you have more than a voice.
Africa is on the move, a continent of rising voices, untold stories, and powerful transformations. From the streets of Lagos to the heart of Nairobi, from the mines of Congo to the tech labs of Cape Town, the African story is being written every day. Bold, dynamic, unstoppable. This is African News on Voice of the People Television. We don't just bring you the news. We analyze and bring you Africa's heartbeat, the politics that shapes our nations, the economies that drives our future, the cultures that defines who we are, the voice that must be heard. Africa News, Africa's voice, Africa's future. Where Africa speaks, the world listens.
In a world where power shifts its every headlines, news breaks and events happens, we bring you unbiased and explicit information on politics, economy, and state of the nation. We break down the chaos. Facts, not fluff. Truth, not spin. We discuss not just politics, but a glimpse into the future. Voice of the People Television. Now you have more than a voice.
In a landmark moment for the Nigerian Police Force, the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Adeolu Agbetoku, officially commissioned the Lagos State Police Command Band, ending what he described as a long-standing gap in the structure of the nation's most prominent command. The event drew members of the Lagos State Executive Council, royal fathers, traditional rulers, captains of industry, security chiefs, head of sister agencies, and members of the Police Officers' Wives Association. For years, official ceremonies in Lagos relied on the force headquarters band. With the launch of its own ensemble, and the command now gains a distinct ceremonial and representation identity.
This event marks a suitable milestone in the institutional development of the Lagos State Command. For the first time since its establishment, this command now possesses a band of its core, purpose-built to serve its ceremonial, official, and representational functions. For many years, despite this strategic importance and prominence within the Nigerian Police Force, the Lagos State Command competed without this essential disciplinary open. It has always regarded for the first headquarters bat, and I think the idea that was punctual but not ideal. It underscored its structural provision within a command that should, by scale and responsibility, have not possessed this capacity literally. Today, that permission has been corrected.
The Inspector General says the band is part of a broader modernization drive with in the police, which includes the deployment of modern equipment and renewed focus on building internal capacity across command nationwide. He revealed that the newly graduated cadets are now seeking conversion